Welcome. I have a really special guest here, the big ambassador of the biggest camera store in Germany, in the Netherlands, Camera Express, right?
Yes.
We've been friends for a really long time, and if I make a photo or she makes a photo with her camera, I cannot tell what the difference is.
No.
The big difference comes from the lenses. Lenses is the best thing that will change your image quality.
Exactly.
So we use prime lenses. Let's speak about why that, because that's really important, and I don't hear any photographer speak about it.
No, me neither.
So the difference between prime lenses and zoom lenses is with zoom you can zoom in, zoom out. With prime you cannot zoom in and out. But it means also that there is less glass, so the quality is much better and the bokeh is much better. And the price range is the same price range, which is also interesting.
You have the zoom lenses where you can just be a lazy photographer, you can like zoom in, zoom out. But I feel like prime, it kind of trains you more as a photographer, because I'm like, if I want to take a portrait of you, actually, because you can't zoom with a prime lens, I have to come close to you.
Yeah.
So you're already, you're creating your photo, you're creating your composition with walking instead of just being like sitting down. And the image quality is way better with the prime.
Yeah. So with zoom lenses you get average photos because the bokeh is average. The distortion, like the straight lines and stuff, is average.
You wanted to get all the lines, right? It's a hassle.
Yeah, but for me, I get those amazing photos when I shoot with those a bit more difficult lenses.
Yeah, and
right?
low light, you have the aperture that can go really up to like 1.2.
Yeah, right.
So you can,
Good point.
Shoot in low light.
And the bokeh is much more beautiful, but the only problem is you need to walk a little bit more, or you need to switch lenses. So it's basically like walking with your phone only on 3, right? Or only zoom 0.3 or 1. And
exactly.
If you want to change, then you need to change your phone.
That's also the reason, like sometimes people are asking me, why do you have 2 cameras on a job? Like, you show off. And I'm like, because I use 2 primes on my bodies and I don't have the time to be like, wait a minute, let me just switch this lens because the moment's gone.
You need to walk a little bit more, you need to change cameras, change lenses or cameras with lenses. Yeah. That's the disadvantage, but the advantage is that you get photos that actually that are actually beautiful. Yeah. So much better.
Professional.
So much better than any other normal photographer who takes photos.
Sharper, nicer colors. Just...
People judge you by your best photos. Like you post only, what is it, 0.01% of your photos? Yeah. And people judge you by that. People judge you by your portfolio. And then what do you want? You want average photos in your portfolio, or what people judge you for, which is zoom lenses basically, or do you want amazing photos? Any particular lenses you would recommend?
I feel like 35mm is a great place to start from, because you have that variety to be like, you can still make portraits, it's not super close, and you can still be, a little bit wider, you can have a nice like scope in the photo, so it doesn't need to be only for portraiture, but you can also use it, for nice things you see, a little bit landscape. So I feel like 35 is a good place to start from. Yeah. And my favorite lenses at the moment are 50, because I just shoot a lot of portraits. Yeah. 50mm, and I just with a really low aperture. Yeah. Love the Sigma art lenses as well, but also a couple of Canon lenses. And then I also really like to go a little bit wider. It's a bit of an unusual lens, but one of my favorites is 20mm as well. So yeah, I feel like 50 and 20 are right now the lenses I would use the most.
And any particular lenses that you recommend, like the exact brands?
So for Canon, I would recommend like the 1.2 50mm. I love that one. And Sigma art is amazing as well, like the 35 Sigma art, also with low aperture.
For Sony?
For Sony, I'm not that familiar, but also just like get a 50mm, get the prime, or the 35mm with a low aperture like 1.4, 1.2. Yeah. Definitely recommend that. Yeah. But if you want to shoot like landscape, if you're a super like a landscape kind of person, go a little bit wider in your range. So you can already you have to look more at like 20 or 17. A lot of people just want to do lots of portraits and have it a little bit closer. So then just look at 35 and 50.